Manipur, that's a whole different issue. Massive, what's the polite term? Mess up. It's a mess up on India's part. That's how I see it. Let me explain why. What is the problem with Manipur? See, in Manipur, there is definitely, these clashes between two ethnic groups, the Kukis and the Meiteis. And there's also, so in Manipur, you have three major ethnic groups. The Nagas, the Kukis, and the Meiteis. Now, the term Nagas is an umbrella term created by the British to designate various hill tribes who were eventually Christianized by the British and then by the Indian government, or with the help of the Indian government in the 20th century. The Kukis are another ethnic umbrella term to designate various ethnic groups, tribes. And very often these tribes don't even understand each other's language, but they are put under a single umbrella, Kukis or Nagas. Okay. Now, to understand the Manipur issue and what's happening there, you have to first ask yourself this question. We know Manipur has an ancient history. We have a record of kings that goes back at least 2,000 years, probably 3,500 years. We know, how do most people see Manipur? Manipuri dance, one of our major classical dance forms, right? So we have the Manipuri language with the Manipuri list of kings, and we have the Manipuri classical dance. Now we have to ask ourselves one simple question. Out of these three ethnic groups, Meiteis, Kukis, Nagas, which ethnic group has provided all the kings of Manipur in the past 2,000 plus years? The answer is the Meiteis. Which ethnic group is the speaker of what we call the Manipuri language? It is the Meiteis. Which ethnic group has given us Manipuri classical dance and Manipuri Natya, the various art forms of Manipur? Once again, it is the Meiteis. So who are the real Manipuris? It is the Meiteis. And also the Nagas, because the Nagas also have close blood relations with the Meiteis, and they have also been around as long as the Meiteis have been around. Now, who are the Kukis? If you look at the British records of 1900, around that time, census records of Manipur, how many Kukis were in Manipur? Less than 1%. Before 1850, there were 0 Kukis in Manipur. So the British brought the Kukis in from neighboring Burma. That's one thing. Why did they bring the Kukis in? To punish the Meitei kings for fighting the British, for fighting the British occupation of the region. In 1891, there was an Anglo-Manipuri war that the Meiteis lost, the Manipuris lost. And as a punishment for fighting that war, the British did two things. Firstly, they confined the Meitei people to about 5% roughly of the territory of the Kingdom of Manipur. Only 5%. Everybody is confined in that region, the Imphal Valley region. Secondly, they pushed in lakhs of Kuki, not lakhs, initially thousands, but eventually the trickle became a flow. So they settled these Kukis, these foreigners in Manipur. Okay? And after 1949, when Manipur becomes part of India, the Nehru government said, oh my God, the British did the right thing. We have to follow what the British did because British are superior to us. So it continued, Kukis continued. And in the past decade or so, or 15 years, I think lakhs of Kukis have come into the Manipur region because you can see the visible change in the satellite imagery. All these new villages cropping up like mushrooms out of nowhere. So this is an invasion of India. It's an invasion of Manipur from Burma. Who are the Kukis? Now we have to ask ourselves, who are the Kukis? Are they Burmese? Well, ask ourselves this question. Do the Kukis speak the Burmese language? No. Do the Kukis worship Burmese gods? No. Do the Kukis follow Burmese culture? No. The Kukis aren't even Burmese. They came from somewhere further east of Burma, Yunnan or somewhere in China, and they occupied the region that is currently the bordering regions of Manipur. They are not even Burmese. Some of the Kukis claim to be Jews, and they have settled in Israel, Bene Menashe. Some, and the rest claim to be Christians. This is the issue. This is a foreign invasion and occupation of at least half of the state of Manipur. That is the Manipur problem. Now, how does this tie into geopolitics? Sheikh Hasina, about a year before she was ousted in this military coup, which was sponsored by Western powers, what did she say? She said that the United States, its objective is to create an artificial Christian nation out of parts of India, Bangladesh, and Myanmar, Kuki land for Christ. Project K. That is the Manipur issue. Why is Burma important? First of all, you want to have power projection everywhere. Secondly, Burma has massive resources of rare earth minerals. If you control these regions, you control the rare earths, and those can no longer be supplied to China. You see, there's an economic reason for things, there's a geopolitical reason for things. And yeah, so that's the situation. That is the Manipur issue.